Holy crap! I think I'm seeing a trend for certain kind of films, especially animated films now at the box office. And what's going to happen to the future of the DC films? So what's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate it. Today I'm going to talk about the latest box office news. So we had two new films that came out, and that is Blue Beetle as well as Strays. Blue Beetle is a new DC film. It's still part of the DCEU, which at this point nobody cares about because it's gone. James Gunn is doing his own universe now. So Blue Beetle opened up #1 at the box office, at the domestic box office this weekend. Despite being #1, it still isn't a good number. Let's compare this film. It earned $25 million at the domestic box office and $43.4 million overall when you count overseas as well as domestic together. This is not a good number. Now let's look at DC's previous films. The Flash opened up to a domestic of $55 million, and then the domestic total right now is at $108 million, and the total box office is at $268 million. That's horrible. Then you had Shazam 2 with $30 million domestic opening, which went up to $57 million in domestic total, and now the overall total is $132 million. Then you have Black Adam. Did a bit better than the previous two. It opened up to $67 million in the domestic box office and then went all the way up to $168 million. And then the total was at $391 million. Shazam 2 was a huge disaster at the box office. The Flash was a huge disaster at the box office. Blue Beetle is doing worse than these two movies. I don't know how to save this movie at this point. So I would like to wish all the best to DC and Warner Brothers to come up with some solutions to their next few films box office, because right now it's already like this. But then again, this film is part of the DCEU and the DCU is being axed and nobody's going to care because of that. So that's probably the reason why I assume a lot of people didn't went to go watch this film. But then again, it's doing quite bad. There's no hype for it. I even made a video of it previously saying that there was no hype for it, and I said that it was estimated to earn very lowly, and after that they said like it's the box office projection doubled to about 30 million. I was like, okay, there's still hope, and it's at 25 million now, which it's not very good. #2 this weekend. At #2 and #3 this weekend, we had Barbenheimer once again. Barbie with a 36% drop from the previous weekend. So it made another $21 million. And the domestic total is at $567 million. And the total overall box office is $1 billion. Congratulations to Greta Gerwig, Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Simu Liu, and all the other cast members. This film, Barbie, is now the highest grossing film for a female director. So congratulations, Greta Gerwig. And Oppenheimer came in third with $10 million. It had a 44% drop. Still doing excellent at the box office right now. It took over Interstellar as well as Fast 10 at the box office. Okay, Fast 10 is kind of irrelevant here, but it took over Interstellar. And the best part is, Oppenheimer is a rated R film and Interstellar is a PG-13 film. So congrats to Nolan here. He beat his own movie, and yeah, good job to him. And now #4. Let's get to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem had about a 45% drop this weekend, and it earned another $8.4 million. The domestic total is at $88 million, and the overall worldwide box office is at $118 million, which is not bad. But I want to talk about a trend that I've been noticing. Puss in Boots 2. It earned $12 million in the opening weekend domestic. But the overall worldwide box office by the end of its runtime was at over $470 million. Elemental, which only earned $29 million in the opening weekend. Everybody said it was going to be a flop, but as of now, it has earned $458 million. This film needed $450 million to break even. People were saying it's a flop. There was no way it's going to break even at the opening weekend. But you look at it now, it literally broke even with its budget. So good job there. And maybe this could be a trend in animated films where at the beginning they don't do so well, but over time the drop is so low and there's a word of good mouth going around. By the end of its runtime, earns sufficient money to break even at least. I kind of saw this for the Little Mermaid live action remake as well. At the beginning it was said it was going to be a flop, but by now you look at the box office numbers, it was disappointing, yes, but it didn't do that badly as people expected it to. So good job there. So the moral of the story is this: don't think that a movie is going to flop based on the opening weekend. Yeah, especially if it's an animated movie. This could be a trend, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem might have this trend as well. So let's see how it goes. At number 5 we have Strays, which earned $8.3 million. It's a new film. Now, I need to ask this. Who greenlit this project? Because think about it. It's animation and it's about dogs. This is the perfect kind of films that children will love, that families will bring their children to watch. It's the perfect kind of films for children, young children. That's how you earn your money. Smart marketing. Because you are targeting at the correct audience. But this film is rated R. So children are not going to go watch this film, only adults can. So who on earth marketed this film? Who on earth greenlit this project? Maybe we should make a rated R film with animation and dogs. Who greenlit this project? Like, who's the idiot who greenlit this project? You know that this is a film that kids will love. So why not make the content of your film more family friendly, more family oriented, instead of putting don't know what adult stuff inside there? Your movie is this film is probably gonna not do well at the box office. I'm saying it right now. So yeah. And then we had other films like the Meg 2 came out. By the way, the Meg 2 is not doing very well in the domestic box office, but China is saving this film. So so it's a kind of Fast and Furious effect here, where the film is being saved by the overseas market, especially China. And speaking of China is saving this film, apparently Barbie flopped in China. Barbie is doing better than everywhere else. Whereas if you have the Meg 2, the Meg 2 is not doing very well in the domestic or anywhere else, but it's doing very well in China. So they're kind of opposites at this point. Both the China box office and the US box office, they're kind of opposites at this point. And yeah, that's all I have for today. If you like this video, click the like button, and see more, subscribe to my channel, and see you guys next time. You guys are always the best.